I can't find my live. It's a mess here, you guys. All right, where is my live? Ugh, I don't want to hear myself. Ew, ew, ew. All right, I found me. Hi, you guys. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see who's all here. 15 people already. Wow. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Georgia. Debbie Schultz and Debbie Walega. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Belinda, Sophia, Laura, Barb, Lenore, Lori, and Peg. How are all of my friends doing today? How's the lighting? The sun is shining in a weird position lately. I don't know, like, see that? So I'm hoping that it's not affecting the way my live looks. Hi, Cheryl. For those of you that were here, I need to get my trash can closer to me. Hold on a sec. So for those of you that were here yesterday, you will know that I have stuff prepared for the most part. For the lives that I am doing this week, and this is Tuesday's live. I am going to show you guys how I made this panel because it's not a card. I'm not going to do the whole thing like the sentiment because you can put whatever you want as a sentiment, but I am going to show you how I did everything else. This card is fully, hello Dana, hi Denise, hello Jill, Brandon, Shireen, hello. How is South Africa? Sandra, well, looks perfect. Hi, Anne-Marie. All right, so I am going to show you how I made this with my own supplies. Nichol Sphor, or Spore, I don't know how she pronounces her last name. I'm really sorry. Nicole, if you watch this in the future, she is a designer for a bunch of companies. She is so flipping talented. And I came across one of her live YouTube videos last week sometime, and she had this stencil. It looked like something like that, but it was a stencil by Simon Says Stamp, I believe. And it inspired me to make this card today. Well, I made it a while ago, but I'm gonna show you guys how I made it. So I don't have the stencil that she used. And you guys know me. I am one that I will try to use up what I have, so I don't have to go and spend money on something, because most of the time, hello Lois, Cheryl, how is Canada? My sister and her family are coming to visit tomorrow. I haven't seen them in over a year. Oh, that's so exciting. All right, so as I was watching her, the wheels in my brain, yeah, say wheels, not wheel, more than one, they started turning, and I was like, you know what? I can make this happen. No surprise. Hello! Whatever money I don't spend on this, I can spend on something else. So I don't feel bad. So I decided I would make my own version of the stencil. So let me show you what I have first. And this right here is the original thing that I used, but I figured, you know, after doing it this way, there's gotta be an easier way for me to show you how to proceed. So here is what I used. I went through my whole stash of dies, and I don't have a lot of dies, but I went through all of them, and legit, I pulled out every single pumpkin die that I own, every single one. So this is what I have. Let's see, what else? What else is there? That might be it. So I have all of these dies right here. I need some tweezers. Get clean. I just bought most of them. You did? Oh, dang. I need another sugar daddy. All right. So what I did was this time I decided I would make an actual stencil, and I tried to do it with acetate. It just didn't work out for me. So instead I am using the same cardstock that I used for this one, which is a really heavy duty, heavier weight cardstock. I honestly don't know what weight it is, but I can tell you it's the cheap kind because it doesn't feel You could have a stencil of it made. No, it was Heidi. So what I did was, I cut my cardstock, my 8.5 by 11, I think it's the actual size, and one of my kids is here.
Well, I need to ask you a question because I started all the jerseys. I'm not number 1. Somebody else's. I chose to be number 3.
What's the question?
So it says adult medium, and I'm on the shorts, but there's nothing with adult medium. What does that mean, AM?
That you can only use it in the morning. I don't know. I will help you later.
Because it said N/A. What does N/A mean?
Non-applicable. That's what that means.
So when does it say NA on these? Because it said adult.
AS, adult small. I don't know.
What if we got the wrong order?
I don't know. Can you just do this over there? All right, so here is my actual card of...
I'll just go do socks.
Thank you. The actual size of a card panel, A2, which is 4.25 by 5.5. So I kind of made sure that, you know, it would fit there. And then I proceeded to kind of play with my dies and see where I wanted them. So I did this, sort of like that. And of course, I already ran them through the die cutting machine because I wanted to save you all the time. You correct me. What did I say? So after I had them like that, I grabbed some tape and I held them all together like this and then ran it through the die cutting machine, right? And I did that on all of the rows. And I like the way that that looks because once it is inked, it's going to look pretty full, right? So that's what I did for that. Now for the stems, because this right here is what I did for the stems situation before. I am going to show you what I did. So I have another piece of cardstock, the other half, and I wanted to be able to just line them up without having to, like, you know, using this one right here, I had to like figure out where I wanted it, things like that. I didn't want to have to do that. So I lined both of these up. The one that has the holes was on the top. And then I taped it on the edges like that, both edges. And then I went with a pencil and I outlined where all, I'm frozen. No. I outlined everything. So after I did that, you have the pumpkin outline left behind. From there, I grabbed my stems, my nubbies. I don't know, internet suck. I'm sorry. My internet is bad. Am I frozen for everybody? So after I had the pumpkins outlined, I decided, you know what, I am going to place one here. I don't like that one. That one's too big for that. So like that one is gonna go right here. And I am going to secure it with some tape. And okay, I am missing a smallish one that I don't know where it went. Oh my Lanta. I'm missing the one that looks like that. See that? Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? No, I'm watching you. Oh, goody. Okay, so it's gonna show up at some point. So I'm gonna put that there and I'm gonna put that here. I'm gonna secure it and I'm surprised. Something like that. So that it doesn't move. And this die right here is part of a die set by Dies to Die For. Probably fell on the ground. I don't know. And it was attached with the one that looks like that as well. I ended up being able to cut it. So I cut that end piece. I tried my best to cut these two so that they're separate because I didn't want to have both of them attached. I wasn't able to. So this is the solution that I came up with. If you have your stems that are attached, like mine are. Seriously, where did it go? Anyway, so I'm gonna pick which one of these I want. And I think I'm gonna do the one that like this one right here, right? I'm gonna place it where I want it, something like that. Just like we did the other ones. Hi, Carrie. Am I making sense, you guys? Okay, so it's gonna go like that. I'm gonna run it through my Gemini. Be right back. All right. Okay, and this is the part that I want you guys to see how I made it work for me. Because of course it's going to cut both parts, right? I don't want both of them out. So here I am going to turn around and I'm gonna see which one of those two I wanted the hole to be at. And the other one, which happens to be this one, I am going to get some tape. It's probably too much. And I'm gonna place it right there, making sure I am not covering any of the other openings. And then I'm gonna remove it. Hi, Patty. So I'm removing the die, and then I get to remove the die cut piece that doesn't have the tape. See that? And then just to make it more secure, I am going to put a little bit of tape on the top just to make sure that stuff is not going to move. And I'm planning on using this stencil like for many projects. I don't know what that means, woman. So something like that. And now let's remove the other two. Penny's here, but she can't comment because she's in jail. All right. And that's what we have. So now when I align both of these, you will be able to have perfectly aligned stems and pumpkins. Did that make sense to you all? So I'm gonna add a little bit of tape right here just to be 100% sure. Like maybe a little bit here. And now comes the fun part, which is inking. All right. If you guys don't have one of these dishes, I highly recommend that you get one. This was gifted to me, but I know that you can buy it at Harbor Freight, I think it's called. Freight, I don't know. But it holds all of your magnetic pieces, your metal pieces. Peyronie's disease. I don't know what that is, so I can't, like, I'm not in on the joke. So I'm gonna leave those there until I can put them away. And I have obviously lost one of my stencils or my dies, so I'm not gonna throw anything away. You could do something with the pieces that you die cut out. I just can't think of it yet. Okay. So for the next part, we are going to need a third piece of paper that equals the same size as the ones that I just used. And of course, the cardstock that's going to be inked. So here's a little interesting fact that Nichol suggested. And I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but she says in her video that she prefers to stencil or ink on top of cardstock that is not truly white. So I found this one right here. To be honest with you, I think it's pencil paper. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to use. So let's see. And I'm gonna use a little, guess what I ordered? 3 panel matted inferno. You did? Whoa. You're gonna love them. Okay, just kind of seeing where I want to put my tape. It doesn't matter. I'm going to try to make it so that it looks sort of straight, you know? Something like that. And I'm gonna put a little tape there and a little tape there. And a little tape in each corner, just because I think I don't get ink in the corners. Besides, I am gonna cut it so that I can put a mat on it. All right. And here comes the fun part, y'all. Now all I'm gonna do is, and I'm gonna make sure that it's lined up. Pick a corner so that they're lined up, and that's the same corner that I'm gonna do for the bottom or the stems. Am I making this too complicated? Probably. Okay, so that's gonna go there. They are lined up on that corner. Okay, so for the colors that I used on that, I think I used squeezed lemonade. And these are actually distressed inks and not distressed oxides. And I think I used carved pumpkin. And let me get my brushes. All right, so these two colors are what I use for these. I missed the beginning. Where is the pumpkin dye from? They're just a different mixture of dyes that I have from my lot of work for pumpkins.
For some reason, there's going to be one extra pair of socks.
Okay.
Because I just did the NA on the socks for a small sew.
Okay. All right. I loved how these turned out. I loved it when I saw Nichol make it. So to me, this is worth it. And I am using my smaller brushes because the area is kind of small here. So I'm going to start with my orange carved pumpkin. And I'm going to start by just inking the bottom.
Am I youth medium? These are my old soccer shorts and that says youth medium.
Yes.
Okay. Ow! Don't hit me.
My goodness. All right. So bottom, bottom, bottom. Your daughter Elsie is beautiful. She came up as someone I might know. Oh. Well, she gets her looks from her mama, doesn't she? Okay, and then I'm gonna go on top of all of that with my squeezed lemonade. Oh, exactly 1 week and 1 day from today. Debbie. A really cool magnetic ball from who? So check it out. If you were to do this with inks that are not dye-based, like if you did it with oxide, it would probably go a little bit quicker and more pigmented. But who's counting, right? Right. They all start at the same time, you guys. Ugh. All right, so I feel like they need a little bit more of the orange. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. That looks good to me. Okay, I'm gonna start with the yellow. Now we move on to the next one. She's stunning. It's a shame she doesn't know how to keep her room. Isn't she like 20 or something? And your room shaming her? That's funny. You're definitely a mom. Look at that gradation though. Isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna go ahead and do all of the yellow for now. And then I'll move on. She's 27. Alrighty then. And I believe Nichol used inks by Simon Says Stamp when she did hers. Again, I am using what I have because I don't want to go buy stuffs. I'm El Broco lately. All right, now I'm gonna do the orange, which is my carved pumpkin. And I don't wanna get yelled at, so I'm loading my brush really, really good. And what I'm doing is trying to keep it a little darker towards the bottom and then kind of fade so that it looks naturally like it's going from orange to yellow, like that. Alrighty. And none of my rooms are tidy. I can relate. And if you don't like the way that one of the colors looks or whatever, you can go back and add more. It doesn't matter. Like that. And the tall pumpkin, I am trying to add a little bit more to go towards the, you know, taller area of it. This is a pretty easy technique, if you ask me. And I think you guys should try it. I even tried making a card using this technique, but instead of using pumpkins, I used circles. It's not my favorite card, but it turned out okay. I made a bunch of ornaments that I will show you later. Okay, just checking to see if I missed anything. Let's do a little bit more yellow in some parts, just because why not, right? All right. In fact, that one is a little bit too, I don't know, too bleh. So we have that. Okay, and you guys, are you ready to see this? Hey, Echo, are you ready? Are you ready? Look at that. Is that pretty or what? That turned out so good. So that's all we're doing for the orange and the yellow. Now I am going to do the stems, which are green, but I took it a step further than just green. I'm going to use my rustic wilderness and a little bit of vintage photo. And here comes the part that I am a little bit worried about it. I have to line these up. So I have to make sure that the same exact corner is lined up. So I'm gonna put some tape right there. No haters, right? So it has to be lined up starting from the corner at the bottom. And then there. I think it looks pretty good, but we are going to say a silent prayer and hope for the best. So, okay, let's see, I think I used, okay, I'm gonna use that. And to be honest with y'all, I don't remember where I got these brushes from. It's just a tiny, tiny brush. You can even use like did you run that through an embossing? No, I didn't. It's just paper. I'm pretty sure it's like coloring pencil paper. That's why it looks like that. Hold on, let me get my green brush. Okay, and this is what I'm gonna do. So the colors I'm using now are Vintage Photo and Rustic Wilderness. What in the world? What just happened? Am I froze or what? Okay, so I'm gonna use this teeny tiny brush to apply a little bit of vintage photo. Is that a homemade stencil? Yeah. And I'm going to apply that towards the bottom of each of the stems, like that. And then I'm gonna go with my green brush, and I'm gonna grab Rustic Wilderness, and that goes on top of the whole thing. So that is what's going to make it look like it's darker towards the bottom of it. And then if you're not happy with it, just go back and add more of the vintage photo. But that's it. And I'm gonna do that in all of them. Trying to stick the brown mostly to the part that touches the pumpkin, because to me the little what are these called, vines, they're supposed to be green. She's going to action it off to the highest bidder. Yep. Any takers? Okay. I suppose you could use a small, like a regular size brush. Did you draw those doodads on top? What's a doodad? Huh? I don't know what that is. Hi, Shirley Ross. What's a doodad? Hold on. This is bugging me. There's a piece of paper. I started watching Grey's Anatomy again today. I've seen all of the seasons, like up until season 16, and then I stopped because I was all caught up and I didn't want to watch it you know, week by week every Thursday, because I don't like waiting, you know. So I stopped watching it altogether for a few years. So now I'm watching it again. Why am I telling you this? I don't know, because I grabbed the tweezers and it felt like I was performing surgery. Who knows what goes in my mind? Yeah. Do I need to remove that? Yeah, let's put it over here. I still don't know what that is. Sure. So, do I need to remove? No, we're gonna cut that. I'm not gonna, vines. Oh, no, they are these vines right here from A Die by Dies to Die For. All right, so just darkening it where I feel like it needs a little more. This one up here doesn't need any of it. I started over right now in season 7. I am on episode 3 of season 1. All right, now I'm gonna go with the green and just color the whole thing. Just like that. I like the variety in the shape of the stems. I feel like it gives it a little bit more interest. So potentially today's live could be a quickie, not enough murder. Well, people are not, I can't say that. I was gonna say people are not committing murders fast enough because I watched everything. You know what I watched? I watched the episode of 2020 yesterday. It's called Taken. So good. Oh my gosh. So good. I couldn't believe it. Highly recommend it if you're into true crime stuff. There is no murder in it, just a kidnapping. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm gonna just go back and do a little bit more of the vintage photo in some of them. Just a little bit. And please, oh please pray that this worked. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Yeah. Like yesterday, the day before yesterday, I ended up watching an episode, it's not an episode, but it's like real police camera, like what are they called? Chest camera? Whatever it's called. But they pulled over a 13-year-old boy that was driving in the freeway, and he was driving a golf cart. I thought that was funny. Again, nobody died. The kid cried, but now I gotta wait until there's more content for me to watch. Okay, that is it. I'm not going... Body camera, yeah. Just camera. Who asked about the quickies? Well, I'm trying to be more prepared for you guys. You guys, it looks so good. I have outdone myself. Outdone myself. Okay, so I don't ruin anything. Looks so good. You're killing me here. What did I do now? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know all the words in the universe. Me and my son, my oldest, were doing a puzzle that I bought us. It's a 2,000-piece puzzle. Okay, you ready? Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I could cry. That looks so good. All right, but I'm not gonna. Mick! So, the puzzle is like an ocean thing puzzle. It has turtles and it has ocean critters, something like that. Well, I am telling him to pass me pieces that will match like the turtle, or like I couldn't remember the name of these fishes. So I'm like, is that for the Nemo fish? Is this for the Dory fish? He was okay until I said, I think this is a piece for the horsefish. He gave me the look. Logan, it was Logan. Horsefish. You have the horsefish. I see the pieces over there for the horsefish. Mom! It's a seahorse. Well, is it a fish? I swear I cracked myself up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he doesn't think it's funny. I'm like, you made a freaking... Here, this is for the horsefish. Here, this one's for Nemo. I feel like it needs a little bit more down here of something. I don't know what, but something. Where is my first portion? I'm like, I gave you life and you're still not used to this? Come on, man. I'm just gonna do that. All right? Because I feel like it needs it. I do feel like it needs it. Maybe not. Let's not mess with it. Let's just not. Maybe I'll just fix this situation right here. Then we were watching America's Got Talent that night. And you have lived there for how long? Woke up looking. And we were watching America's Got Talent, and Sofia Vergara is in it. For some reason, when she says words that are not right, it's cute. But when I say it, the double standard, I'm telling you. She's offering Howie, do you want some candy fish? And I just happened to say out loud, because we watch that as a family. I'm like, it's Swedish fish to you, Sofia? Cruz looks at me without missing a second. She's just like you, Mom. What is that supposed to mean? It's Swedish fish, Sofia. Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you, Mom? All right, that's what we got. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I was planning on cutting off the top, but I'm gonna cut the bottom instead. Whew, so that I can mat it. Okay, so you will be able to see that it still does not quite look exactly like it. Sofia Vergara is faking or what? She's not faking. She is so pretty and so funny. Do you know how hard it is to translate everything that I have to say before I say it? Yeah, I relate to that. You could, hold on, I need to get the stamp that I use for the next step. Okay, so you will notice that she's just like you, Carrie. What? I'm late to the game. Is that cute pumpkin stencil stamp set available somewhere? Well, you can buy a pumpkin stencil like this at Simon Says Stamp, but I made my own using pumpkin dies that I have from other companies. So do you see the white letters? I feel like that adds a little bit extra interest to it. I have this stamp by Trinity. I don't even remember what it says. It says, "You are capable of amazing things. Be brave," blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't think that means you are like me. Oh, I don't think it matters. Like, even if you were to use something different than that, something like, even something like that would work. Probably music notes might work too. Just something to add more texture to the pumpkins. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna get my stamping platform. Let's see. And how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna need to put I have so much tape out, you guys. Yeah, we still haven't finished the puzzle. Probably because he's frustrated with me and my lack of knowledge in the words, you know. I don't want it to move, so put it somewhere like right there. Okay. Now, the only thing I'm gonna make sure, because you really can't really tell what the words say unless you're like really paying attention to it. I wanna make sure that the words are facing the correct way. So like they're not going downwards. Yeah, and I'm gonna put it right here, something like that. Change the setting of my stamping platform to hold the red rubber stamp. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab my white ink. Any white pigment ink would work, any. I just happen to have this one right here, but I bet you anything, any would work. Like this might work. I'm just gonna use that one because it's the one that I use on the other card and I don't really want to mess it up. Make sure they aren't upside down. Well, they shouldn't be. They're not. All right. Here we go. And all I'm gonna do is just ink it. Ink, 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 ink. All right. A great tool. Which one? Okay. That looks so good already. Look at that. Don't you think that that just changed it? Use an embossing folder. I'm not very good at using embossing folders just because like my paper rips. I don't know. Make sure they're all set up. You know the recipient. Funny. All right, I'm gonna do another layer just because I want them to be a little bit more visible. All right. Oh, the stamping tool. All right, that looks really, really, really good. Like really good. So I am gonna remove that. just keep going. Let your heart do not listen. Yeah, my kids probably want that. Your face is funny. All right, so the only thing with this ink is that you have to let it dry. Let me go ahead and clean. So while that is drying, I'm gonna take the time to clean up my stuff. I know Unity has a lot of background stamps that are like little words like that. Those would look so pretty. I don't own any of them. So, but anything that will add texture to your pumpkins, that would work. Could you have put the first stencil back? Wait, could you have put the first stencil back over it first so the words are only on the pumpkins? Yes, I could have, but I am following what Nichol Sphor did, and because I really like it. But yeah, I could totally have done that. I don't feel like it doesn't matter because you can't really see, you know, what the words are on the part that's not inked. So doesn't really make much of a difference. Unity's background stamps are on sale right now too. Yeah. Okay, so now I chose to do a yellow background and a green background for that. And we're gonna take care of that while I am waiting. I feel like a brown background would work well too. So instead of the yellow, I could go with something like that. What do you think? That looks very fallish to me. So I am going to cut, gosh, I don't remember what I cut this like. It is 5 1/4, okay. I'm gonna cut my middle mat to be 5 1/4 by 4 right there. And you guys, I love this trimmer. It's so good, so good. It is so sharp. Okay, should I do yellow or should I do brown? Which one do you guys want? That's what it looks like with yellow. And just picture the yellow instead, or the brown instead of the yellow. I feel like it makes it not quite as bright. All right, so while I'm doing that, I'm waiting for you guys. I'm gonna just trim this. And you guys know I like to have my mats to be, okay, what did I have it? 5 1/4 was that one. So this one is gonna be 5, is that right? I need a ruler. Hold on. So it's gonna be 5 and, yeah, 3/8. Brown, okay. Hold on a second. This is gonna be like, nope, it's gonna be smaller. Right there. I hope I'm right. This is freaking me out. 5 1/2, 5 3/8. Okay, and then I have to figure out which side I want to cut some. I have some pumpkin dice. This is really cute, right? Hold on, I need my ruler. Just because this is messing with my head, and I even had lunch today. Okay, that is 5 1/4. And this is, yeah, 5 1/4 by 4. Which side do I want to cut? I feel like I should just do this one. Why is that dog crying? Okay, 4. Then green card base. Of course you would. Louis is violent today. All right, well, let's do that. I messed up my measurements, so I'm gonna go back to just doing it the old-fashioned way and just measure with a pencil. Green, you use on the stems, all right? Let's do that. And right there. Okay. So it's gonna be like that. I feel like even if I did a little bit of paint splatter, it would look really good. So let me get a different green because I cut the other one. That's the only good and perfect way to do it. There you have it. So that's what it would sort of look like. I need to kind of tidy up this edge right here. And we'll put it together. I think brown paint splatters would look really pretty. I'm not gonna. That sounds so satisfying. Okay, let's get started. I'm looking for some of this. Okay, so I did matte my pumpkin layer to it. See that? So I'm gonna do the same. Beautiful. All right, and I'm gonna teach you how I do my measurements for this. It's very, very like high tech. That's how I do it. I'm frozen for myself, so great. Remember the time when Echo called Carrie frigid? That was funny. A little bit more this way. Okay. It should fit. We good. That was pretty funny. That was hilarious. And Carrie's all like, how do you know? Have you been talking to Mick? Oh my gosh, I need glue. Well, she said frigid. Unless I'm not pronouncing that right. What did Mick say to you? Okay, my brown mat. And I am using liquid glue so that it gives me a chance to move it because I'm not very good at placing it. Wasn't that in the group chat? It was hilarious. Yeah. It was hilarious. Poor Echo felt so bad. But I was there to remind her of it. And still remind her of it. All right, I'm pronouncing it right. Good. Okay. Just sort of making sure that I have a little bit of green showing everywhere. I should have cut it a little bit shorter, but hey, it is what it is. You guys got the technique, right? I just didn't hear you correctly. Oh, okay. I didn't cut it quite perfectly on each of the ends, but that's basically the extent of that. All you have to do after this is just put a sentiment on. I added some gems, and the reason why I placed the sentiment right here, it's because I made a boo-boo that I needed to cover up. So, but you can place it in the center. You can do like a banner type of thing. Currently busy being far from frigid. Do you think that's one way to get him to make coffee. All right, so let me show you the other one that I made using the same technique, but just basic shapes. All right. I used circle dies to make that right there. And I just went around and I used the same exact technique that I did for the pumpkins. I used sort of brown and then faded it to red so that it would look like that. And then for the toppers, for each of the ornaments, I do have an ornament set that I could have used, but I wasn't able to because it has those stitched details around it. And those would show, and I didn't like that, but I did use these thingamajigs right here for that. And this was a lot of work because I had to go one by one by one by one. And then after I was done, I put some clear embossing powder on top of the ornament and the toppers and heat embossed it, and then made it so that the background looks like it's green, when in reality I started with a white background. So that is another one that I made. Oh, also all of these little string like thingies, they're actually string. So I did that. And of course I'm gonna save that because I'm not making another stencil. Do you guys want to see what I have planned? Let's see. Which one do you guys want me to show you how to make tomorrow? I told you I am prepared. Hold on. I have 3 options for you guys. So today's Tuesday, we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is going to be played with sometime this week. It is a set by Gina Marie Designs. I didn't do any of the Christmas in July things that people do, so I'm gonna do Christmas in August. Those are real cut. Well, thank you. So that's option 1 for what I'm gonna do tomorrow. How long did that Christmas card take you? An hour, maybe? Here is option number 2. This card right here that I made using a Stampin' Up set. Something about a rooster. But this is my new favorite color combination, you guys. It is so pretty. You're scaring me, Lou, being prepared this week. I know, right? Don't get used to it. So yeah, this is the other option. So pretty. The coloring is like super easy. So easy. Sophia loves the roaster. All right. And this is the third option, which is a card that I made today. And I'm probably going to be doing, I don't know, because this is for a blog hop or an Instagram hop I'm doing on Thursday. But this is the last option that I have for this week. If you guys notice, that sentiment right there, it is heat embossed on acetate. Check it out. Did that turn out pretty or what? These are all Trinity Stamp products. And then this is a mixture of a few other things, a few other products. And yeah, so which one do you guys want for tomorrow? An alien must have invaded Lou's mind and body with all the preparedness. I know, right? Christmas in August is actually preparing for the real thing. I saw your cupcake cards. They are beautiful. Cupcake cards. I made a cupcake card? Okay, option 2, the rooster. Everybody wants the rooster tomorrow? It will help me. It's a great room. Yeah, it does definitely help being organized. Let me tell you that. I know exactly where everything is now, so okay. So tomorrow I am going to show you how I made this card right here. Everything in it is paper, including the wire, chicken wire thing. Yeah, I will show you. You met a rooster? Aww. Did it chase you? Hey, and don't worry, if I don't do one of the options that you guys chose tomorrow, we still have Thursday and Friday. I will be doing the other two. So this is what's coming for the rest of the week. Roaster. Shirley wants Christmas lights. Okay, I'll do Christmas lights on Thursday then. So if you guys want to see how this was made, yeah, come back tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. Panel man. Read between the lines, Anne-Marie. The Christmas bulbs are actually a no coloring thing. These are layering stamps, so, and you know they're gonna be very affordable because they are Gina Marie designs. Darn English, right? Go ahead, call it a horsefish too. I give you permission. The horsefish. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys are inspired by what I made today, please make something with it and then show me. Roaster Thursday. It's ROO, Sophia. No lines here. Bye.